Hey, how y'all doing out there? What is going on this edition of the Monday Minutia here in Uncle Steve's Lounge? Hope everyone is doing okay. Having a beautiful 24 hours after seeing the Atlanta Falcons dispose of the Houston Texans 21 to 19. One day later, what are we talking about? Guess what? Again, let's talk about it. Hey, everybody, what is going on this beautiful and cool fall like October 9th? It's a Monday. That means here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, it's the Monday Minutia, where we try to break down what happened yesterday and how we go about tomorrow as far as these Atlanta Falcons are concerned. Again, as you come in, make sure you like the video as you're coming in. Appreciate you. And then on Facebook, do the same. Like the video on Facebook. Hopefully, everyone has had an opportunity to digest everything that just went down with the Falcons. Exciting 21 to 19 victory. Youngway Koo does it again. Most clutch kicker this side of Justin Tucker and wins another one. Sends us home happy. Had a chance to kinda come home and really look at the game. Obviously, being at the game, you only get the perspective from up in the stands. You don't get a chance to see all of the highlights and all the reruns and things like that. But one of the first things that stood out to me, and I could see that on the field as well, is that our defense is pretty good. We have a nice defense. I can't wait until probably November sans injuries or anything like that. Around November and the middle part of December, it's going to be interesting to see how this defense gels and how everything comes together for this last bit of run that we have for this team. I'm here to tell you, I am very excited about what I see. I know a lot of people allude to, well, they broke in the end in that last drive when they let them score the touchdown. I'm like, I'm not mad at them. I mean, yeah, it could have been nice. It would have been nice if they could have stopped them at that time. The defense did yeoman's work yesterday. I mean, you really think about it. They, held everything in check until, the Falcons finally made that final drive. Uh, 4 field goals. That's some pretty good work right there. So I do like what they did in the game. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I do like what they did in the game, and it is, you know, here. Hold on 1 second. I gotta send one message here. Somebody was calling. That was very important. So I make sure I do that. All right. So 24 hours later, and what are we still talking about, y'all? Are we talking about the Falcons win? Are we talking about the defense? Are we talking about Bijan and his miraculous touchdown with the ball behind his back? I didn't even notice that as much when we were there. I was probably too excited and jumping around, just knowing he had scored. Didn't even see all of that. No, it seems like we're still in the business of trying to see if one part of the fan base is going to agree with another fan of the band of another side of the fan base about the successes of our quarterback, Mr. Desmond Ritter. I like Desmond. Gives a good press conference. He was pretty awesome yesterday. Came out there and you know claimed he didn't pay attention to the noise. It's funny. Dave Archer gave an interview today on 92.9 The Game when he says, "Yeah, everybody tries to pretend like they don't hear the noise. They hear the noise. They hear the noise." And I've always attested to that. I'm not here to put blame and all that stuff. That we won the game, so that's the most important thing. But since everyone wants to bring it up, I just thought I would fall in line and do the same thing. Uh, yeah, that was nice. Very nice. Good work. Something that should have been happening before. So am I ready to, with this one game, say he's crossed the hot coals and gone on to, you know, this will be the best ever, the best he will ever be? I don't know. Am I ready to apologize for critiques of him in the past because we had legitimate critiques? No. Am I going to continue to support my quarterback? Absolutely. Absolutely. Desmond Ritter is our quarterback. I want to read something to you that somebody sent to me, and I know most of the time when you do things like this, people say, "Well, he must be in your head." The mere fact that you're bringing this up, but no, this person wasn't really in my head, but I just found it interesting that these were the comments that they said after I uh, made my video last night, and somebody came back and put this on here. He said, trying to give him credit. I don't what his name UDJ 4414. So this is what he told me. He said, "I couldn't figure out if you actually like our quarterback or not by how quickly you bring up his shortcomings. Soon as someone say, and I'm not trying to be funny with the pronunciations and stuff. This is how he wrote it. As soon as someone says something with some faith in him, it's shortcoming time. LOL. Man said he got to 300 faster than Matt, and meaning we're the haters. And you told the man Ritter and got no haters. Got irritated and said, nah, we ain't doing that. Just say it's a good game, but he's trash, dog." First of all, I needed meaning from that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I guess he was saying, hey, don't worry about talking about Ritter. Y'all just don't want to give him any credit. And then somebody came to his rescue. Atlanta Falcons Life came on yesterday, and I guess he was supposed to, I guess, be his protector against me. He said, "Don't worry. Unc is the biggest Ritter hater out there. Check his videos from day one. Says he wants them to win, but rips him to pieces every chance he gets. Lots of folks mention it and see through his BS. He is the type of fan just waiting for Ritter to fail so he can say, see, I told you he was no good. I was right. I was right." Props to Ritter yesterday. That's called development. And he gonna need at least a full season of development. So after going into my bedroom and crying for minutes on end about this harsh criticism of my takes, I came out today and I said, you know what? go try something new today. And I mean this, and I want everybody to, you know, stay. I want y'all to work with me, and most of the time I don't do this because I want to be honest. Uh, I still don't understand how it's a big deal for critique of a quarterback's play, not about his personality, not about how he looks, not about how his family is, not about none of that. But I must, if he wears a Falcon uniform, I must give him the highest praise at all times. I've never been like that. I'm not going to be like that. I again sarcastically cried in my corner. So I said today I was going to come out with a better attitude of things, and I was going to try to be more positive today. So with that, I'm going to try to be happy go lucky Steve again today and look at the bright side of a lot of the Desmond Ritter stuff. So what I want to do, and I really mean this, I want to open up the link for those who feel like I have been less than uh, generous in my praise for Desmond Ritter, that feel like I have not given him a fair shake, and quite honestly, accused me of being a hater, which to me is such an oxymoron statement for some people, but I'll ride with it. Today, for today's sake, I'll do it. But I am gonna play along today. I really am. I'm gonna be a good sport, and I'm gonna be positive Desmond. So as I go down the chat, I'm going to absolutely give an opportunity. Now, I really want folks that if you are someone like myself who has no problem with criticizing Desmond, this is really not for you. And I'm not trying to not let people be in the chat or whatever. But I really would like to feel the temperature of those folks who feel so strongly about criticism of our starting quarterback. I I, I really want to understand why that is such an issue. So with that, I just put the link in the chat. And again, y'all, this if y'all don't mind, if you're somebody that is kind of feeling me and think you have the right to have critique about what's going on with Desmond and don't mind the week to week grade of him, no matter whether he's, uh, I don't know. Like I said, it depends on what day of the week it is. Sometimes people say he's a rookie. Sometimes the narrative is he had 4 games last year. He's a second year person. I don't care, whatever it is. But if you're one of those people, I would love to hear your perspective. And I would love to hear where I am just off on this situation. I could be educated on something. I don't mind being wrong, contrary to the belief that I matter of fact, it's so funny that the little genius wrote that on there because I'm usually one of those people that can't stand when people come with that. I was right. I was right. I I am so not that person. Now don't get me wrong. If it's something like my team winning against somebody else's team, then that's different. But as far as things like that, I don't really want to, you know, get into that and stuff. I see John in the chat. I hope you're coming with that perspective with me, John. I want to make sure, and thanks for always coming in on the link. But I definitely want to hear if you are someone who feels like we haven't given a fair shake to Desmond as far as what's going on uh, with his development.
Uncle Steve,
Yes, sir.
what's happening?
How you doing, brother?
I'm gonna start it off slow,
Okay.
but we supposed to rip they ass. Excuse me. Hold on, let me back that up. We supposed to rip they damn. Well, hold on, let me back it up again. We supposed to rip they behind when he screwed they. Well, no, not now. I'm not gonna say it's a team thing. They screwed up 2 games and looked terrible doing it.
Okay.
We supposed to critique that. That's what we had to critique. The last 2 games up until the Texans.
Right.
They
Right.
looked terrible. He looked
Right.
terrible. He looked bad. They looked bad.
Right.
Offense side of the ball looked bad. Those 2 road games, they looked terrible.
Right.
They looked terrible. We supposed to critique that. We supposed to get in his behind. If you see what I told you in your chat when you go back and start reading it, I
Yes.
said it looked like Arthur Spill got into some butts during the week up until the Texan game.
Absolutely. As he
To make
should.
as he should, as anybody who's played any sports, when you out there messing up, them coaches finna, especially back in our time, them coaches finna drag you out there and get your mind together.
Right.
So you got to do it sometime. But I'm glad it worked. Whatever Arthur Smith did, they
Right.
looked they looked a they looked a lot better. The front line actually blocked on the
Right.
pass routes. He had time to throw,
Right.
and I'm 100% with you. The only thing we do as fans, 100% fans, is critique what we see. When it's bad, we give it to them. When it's good, we give it to them.
And that's all. I mean, and that's all really my point. And Big John, I appreciate you because I do. As much as you always got a free seat in here, I really do want to get those folks who are on the other side of that. But obviously, stay here with me, brother. I'm gonna put you back in the chat and bring up Winston right quick. Thank you as always, brother, and thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Winston, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna bring you up here too. Again, the purpose of the link tonight is not to to critique. I'm trying to see those people who are on the other side that say, "No, y'all too hard on Desmond. Y'all are too rough on him." But I'm gonna still let you get the mic for a couple of minutes, brother. Up and then as soon as I said that, your internet came down. Tell you what, get your stuff together. I'm gonna get you right back here. Let me start reading. John Higgins, as he said, he started it off today. I always appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Dimitri is in the house. Dimitri Jeffrey, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank y'all for joining me in the lounge again. Uncle Steve's Lounge. Y'all make sure y'all like the video when you come in. Appreciate you. Retro G. Say, what's good, Up? How we feeling? I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I hope everything is fine with you too. Miles says Desmond Ritter is 5-0 in the Falcons' nest. He is not trash. He's my quarterback. We got his. Now, Miles is somebody who is kind of, on that thing. Now, again, the, trash, trash is that's another platform. I've never got on here and said he was trash. Have I said he's not the greatest? Yes. But I've not never said that. But I want people today, and I'm bring Winston back on here. I think he got his thing up for a little bit. Winston, I'm gonna give you about a minute, bro, because
Yeah,
again, I
yeah.
know you're not on that side. I'm trying to save this for those folks on the other side of this, but always appreciating you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you shoot for a couple of minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give you the other side argument.
Okay.
Well, with the offensive line isn't performing as well as they should be. You're not giving him time.
In what game? Other than the Detroit game, do you think they gave him time in Jacksonville? Do you think they did better in
No,
Jacksonville?
because I mean, like he's supposed to have 4 sec. He, they did, but he's supposed to
Okay.
have like 4 seconds to throw the ball. So they're not doing enough. The run game ain't doing enough. So
And
what's the
and
excuse for the run game?
well, there is none. There is none. So I guess I hear you. And so in my estimation, you're telling me that it's not all on Desmond, which is fair. So yesterday, did the offensive line play much better,
I mean, the
in your
offensive
opinion?
line could have been a whole lot better. The offensive line could have been so much better yesterday, and
Mhm.
you know, this will be a clean pocket every time he throw. If it's not a clean pocket, then they doing something wrong.
Right, right. And I hear you. I hear you. And those are legit concerns. And I understand where you're coming from with that. I have no problem with pointing that out. I think it's no mystery that when McGarry came out the game and Mr. Norton came in, it seemed like there was a little different vibe going on, and Desmond was clean. I I I I saw very few hits that he took yesterday, as much as everybody was worried about Will Anderson coming up in here, but he actually didn't do a lot yesterday. I'm gonna ask you one question before we drop you out and get into the chat. Um,
Uh,
how do you feel going forward after yesterday? Are you ready? As I explained, are you ready to cross the hot coals and say everything that happened was behind us? Are you still kind of a wait and see mode as far as our quarterback goes?
oh, Desmond Ritter is that dude. He is that dude. Like hands down. He threw one $300,000 yard 300-yard game, and he's he, he's on the Hall of Fame trajectory. He is
So
that guy. Now, if these receivers can just get open and catch the ball every time and just play lights out for him, he gonna throw 300 yards every game. It gonna be 300 yards and 3-4 touchdowns.
so
Desmond Ritter is the best quarterback in the league.
I love Desmond. I love Desmond. So you are on that. I take it that's a plus for Desmond. We go put. I hear you. We gonna put you in that category. Winston, my brother,
Don't
always.
tag on my name.
Uh,
Don't do that. No, sir.
oh man, I appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna get you in this chat. Please stay with me. You're my statistician for
Hey,
what's going on today. I appreciate you, my brother.
I'm right here with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Brother Winston in the house. Oh man, Winston is a fan, and we're gonna put him in this category. That's I love Desmond. That's right. The I love Desmond show. That's what this is. And again, awaiting. I got the link in there. I'm gonna put it in here a little bit later now. I'm gonna put it in. And uh again, if there is somebody that really feels like I am giving him a unfair shot, I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest with me and tell me, say, Steve, you're not being fair. You're tough. You're whatever. And your criticism is fair. The link is in there. I want you to come in. Now, again, if you're a free-willed person and feel like you have the right to have that decision, then I advise you to hold tight for a second. Dexter's in the house. What it do? Appreciate you. 3:30 is here. Say, how do you feel about the clock management at the end of the game, or should we have run the ball? You know what? 3:30. I was actually thinking about that. It's funny you say that. I talked to my son about that same thing. I think I would have run it one more time, but you have young Wei Koo, who I just have to have faith with them. Really, all the way up to 50 yards. And I just think right there, if something happens like Georgia Tech and somebody comes in and rips the ball out, I'm pretty sure that plays on the mind of coaches when you think about it. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. John's talking about his comments. Say Arthur Smith had some coming to Jesus meetings during the week, coming to the game against the Texans, and I loved it. You got to. You got to. Demetrius says, our defense has been playing great. Just want to see more pass rush. Scott Glover is here. What's up, Scott? Said Ritter and Arthur trying to serve us critics a sample of crow. I'm gonna be on our guys no matter who, when they aren't up to par. But I'm not afraid to eat a little crow. So keep some hot sauce stashed away. So Scott is also on the bandwagon. I love Desmond. I love Desmond. Another satisfied Desmondite ready to go through war with Desmond. Miss Francis, how you doing today? Said, what's up, Uncle Steve? I keep playing the game in my head, and I love to win, but we can't keep playing behind depending on crew. And I'm going to tell you something, Miss Francis. For real, the offense, as much as we're going to give them credit, y'all, as much as we're going to give them credit, we also have to realize they did not score for 2 quarters. They scored that second drive, and then for 2 quarters, they went silent. So let's not pretend like everything was all hunky-dory. The 329, yeah, it was spread around, but we still got to get in the end zone. Same problem Houston was having. We were having the same problem. Couldn't get in the end zone. We only got to, contrary to belief, people see that 21, we only got 2 touchdowns. So, Miles says, let's hear it for the defense. Absolutely, Miles. They did a great job on that. Raymond Collins is in the house. What's up, Raymond? So what's up, The defense has been consistent so far. Only media content I've seen on them is not starting them for fantasy football. Oh, man, every week. Yeah, and you know what? I want the defense to stay under the radar. I want them to stay under the radar. I don't want anybody to talk about our defense. I want us to slip up on everybody. Absolutely. Dexter says, what you think we can do to take the next step and go on a run? What you think we can do to improve this team? Me, I'd like to trade for a defensive end. What you think? Somebody last night, Dexter, put in the chat about going after Hunter from Minnesota. Minnesota has started off 1-4. Obviously, not where you want to be. It's so hard to make a run after you start in the hole like that. And remember, we just did the little transaction with Jake Matthews where we converted some of his money into a signing bonus, and now we got a little bit more flexibility to take on a contract. I would love to see a move for a defensive end. I really would, because the pass rush is still kind of, we need some help with the pass rush. Absolutely need some help with that. Demetrius says Ritter played great, but I still have to see more. It's only right that I give him credit when he plays well and give him a hard time when he's not performing well. He also says Matt Ryan and Desmond Ritter definitely can't be compared because Matt Ryan led the Falcons to the playoffs with an 11-5 record, I believe. And that was in his first year, in all fairness. But Demetrius is also a fan today of Desmond. I love Desmond. That's right. We're going to give it all up for Desmond today because that's what a lot of people want. That one Falcon fan, what's going on? Say Victory Monday, The defense did good, but we need to bring the opposing quarterback down. 5 sacks in 5 games. Also, that last Houston touchdown was BS, held them to a field goal the whole game until that moment. And you look, I'm not even joking when I say I was not ticked off when they scored that last touchdown because I said to myself, eventually, after time again, that you held up your end on, taking care of the offense with all these field goals, you eventually think that somebody's going to break. And that's what happened yesterday. They eventually broke. That being said, I'm not mad at them at all with the way they played defense, but you're right. The sack numbers have to go up. David says, not going into your bedroom and crying. I did, David. I cried. But when I came out of the bedroom, I came out happy. I came out happy and with a new perspective. I said that no matter what, I'm not going to have negativity towards my quarterback ever again. And all of these people that are telling me to change my ways of thinking and critiquing, they're absolutely right. I'm just so mean. That one Falcon fan says Ryan coming back to Atlanta Sunday. He'll announce some plays for us against the Commanders in the throwback. Yeah, that ought to be fun for him. WCG is in the house. If Ritter doesn't play like he did yesterday next game, I think that further makes it look like a backup. But I saw a lot of promise Sunday, and remember, I didn't buy into what he did in the Packers game, brother. I remember. Look, I I don't have to, and I don't want to individualize everyone on here, but I kind of know. Let me give you the wink. I know I've seen your post many a times, so trust me. I know what side you're on. Uh, Scooter says, "Unc sound like he auditioned for Shakespeare." Scooter, my friend, what are you saying? Oh man, Scooter man, you the man, brother. Travis say, "Well, hey, up, feeling good about the win yesterday. Running game, got to step it up." I think it's funny that people question your fandom because you want consistency from our quarterback. Now, give me my theme music. You know what? I'm gonna give him his theme music because Travis told me he has seen the light. I believe death can fly. Yes. I believe death can touch the sky. That's right. Yeah. I see him playing almost every day. Yeah. Death can do anything. That's right. I believe Des can score. That was for my friend Travis out there who knows he's got Desmond's back all the way, and he is so wrong for being critical for him. Dexter says, "Who told that lie on you? You never said that. I watch most of your shows, even when I don't comment or be on them. There's a lot, it." And Dexter, I appreciate that first, but it's it's always funny to me because I get that quite a bit, that people, when something doesn't fit your narrative, you have a tendency to exaggerate facts and exaggerate things that are happening. So it's always fun to me when I get people that you make up stuff about me. It's fun. It really is. Hey, here we go. We got the first super chat in the house today. This is from my buddy Greg. Super chat. I'm super chatty, y'all. Yeah, Greg's in the house. We appreciate my brother Greg from Greg Customs Kicks. And again, I'm never gonna stop showing this because my brother Greg hooked the brother up. Nice custom shoes made by Greg. He can turn them around pretty quick for you. Definitely can get you going probably before the next homestand. If you get them in there, y'all make sure y'all check them out at GQ Custom Kits. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Say, what's up? Oh, man, Ritter in trouble. Man, I'm sorry. Man, I'm trying to add words. Said, man, if Ritter is consistent with this level of play, along with this defense, teams are, in my Bernie Mac voice, trouble. I mean, hey, it's amazing to me, man. It's amazing to me. I think this team actually can do some special things if we get consistency, and not just at the quarterback position, at the offensive line. It's really a trip that now we're talking about the offense. Greg, you know we've been harping on this defense forever. Now we're talking about the offense. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Demetrius says, "You don't sound like a Ritter hater. You just keeping it real." I appreciate that too, Demetrius. I really do. And again, this wasn't a stream and I appreciate y'all expressing that. Y'all know I'm a big guy. I don't need validation, but I appreciate y'all saying that. But I really don't. That's why I'm asking people, and I'm being serious art attack. The link today is for those folks who really feel like myself and others aren't giving Desmond a real shake. I'm just telling you. Yeah, what Falcon fans said, not the Sesame Street. That's right. Because we're gonna be happy in this stream, brother. Miss B's in the house. How you doing, ma'am? Said Ritter did great yesterday. had to be going crazy yesterday. Hopefully he can keep it up. Yeah. That's the $1 million question, Miss B. Can we keep it up? That's it. Travis said, I heard my theme music. Turn it up. I'm trying to give it to you, Travis. I got a couple of minutes. We're gonna spin it again in here. We're gonna get you. Most definitely. David says, ain't nobody exalting Ritter on high after one good game. Talk about power games with an under 50 QBR. Now, you'll be surprised. There are a lot of folks that are pumping them up. Trust me. And again, this is not, and I hear this narrative. How come y'all can't be positive about players on your team? But go to the same folks and look at some of the comments that they made in the past. Jalen Mayfield is trash. Get him out of here. Michael Walker, get him out of here. He's horrible. But talk about Desi Boo. And again, I'm telling y'all, I love Desmond. I really do. I really do.
I love Desmond.
And that's I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's a love. It is. It is. Come down here one more time. Travis said, "What's so funny? The hardcore Desmians never come on the line." I just thought I'd try. I thought I'd try. I really would. One more super chat in here. Got the super chat going on. Brother Greg in here, man. Greg is hooking it up. Another super chat.
Every super chat you make, we will read it. Every super chat you make.
Got theme music going on. Yeah, we ready to roll today. Then one more thing. We hadn't had a 300-yard game since Matt left, correct? Absolutely not. We haven't. I think the closest we came was what he did last year in that game against the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the last one. Ricky's in the house. What's going on, Rick? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you. Mike is in the house. Say, hi, Uncle. We can get our offense going. We are going to be dangerous. Dangerous. Dexter says, even when he played bad the last 2 weeks, you didn't tear him down. He still got to prove himself. One game ain't nothing. Do it 5 straight games and we'll be 8-2. See, that's my thing. I think we want to give. And it goes back to something I was talking about this summer. And I'm gonna bring in my buddy Smitty real quick to talk to us. It's something I talked about this summer when we were talking about earning and giving. Desmond Ritter was given this job. He didn't earn this job. So when you talk about some of us who've been around for the long haul, and yes, in some ways, that does qualify me to have a little bit more, a little refined opinion. I'm not going to say right opinion, but a little bit more refined opinion about things. When you just say, we're going to give him the job, that was before really Heineke even signed. That was before the draft. So when all those things happen, it just bothers you that you hear this other side of things come in. And speaking of coming in, let me bring my buddy Smitty in here for a minute. Smitty from Smitty Sports Machine, thank you for joining us for a second, brother. I'm really trying to save this particular link today for those anti.
Oh, that's fine.
Positive.
I get it.
But that being said, you always have a golden ticket, almost like Willy Wonka. You got the golden ticket always in the Uncle Steve's Lounge. I just want to get your perspective on what I'm talking about in such a way where I'm not trying to offend the masses, but just trying to tell people, hey.
Oh no, you just like me, Uncle Steve. You just keep it real, man. With us, man, it's week to week with us. 1 week you up, 1 week you down. That's life. But like I said on my show yesterday, man, I I wasn't never hard on Desmond Ritter. I just said he needed to work on things, and he went back to the drawing board and he worked on some of those things this following week, and it showed during the game. This is the most confidence I've seen him play with since he's been here. So maybe they can grow on it, and hopefully they will. But let's be real. He's not out of the doghouse yet because he's still in that rookie phase. And rookie phases, you're going to go up, you're going to go down. Hopefully he stays on the up pattern, but I get where you're coming from every day, every hour, every week.
and I hear you. I mean, as I've said before, the football season is 17 little seasons. And I mean this because every week we hype ourselves up from the preparation from today until Sunday. And
Right.
we go through the injury reports, the inactives, the who's going to play and all of that. And then in that 3-hour span, mostly between 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., we are all, whatever they do in that game is how we're feeling about them as a whole. I'm sorry. It doesn't, resonate with trying to tell me that he doesn't have enough time and he doesn't, y'all haven't given him, time. CJ Stroud came into this game as the highest, as one of the higher, ranked rookies coming in. But
Facts.
at the same time, yesterday, he struggled a little bit. And that's fair. But I don't think it's anybody on CJ Stroud thing saying that, oh, he's not that guy. He doesn't have what it takes and stuff like that. I think they're just saying, hey, we see flashes. We think that's going to be good. I still think CJ Stroud's going to be very good.
Right.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Hold on 1 second. Let me grab this super chat right here. And
Do your
this
thing.
is from Miss B in the house. I'm getting ready to hit that one coming out.
Super chat. I'm super chatting.
Yeah. I got some.
He got a new
I got
sound
my
bite.
super chats ready to roll. Miss B, she said, play that song. The freaks come out at night.
Oh, man.
That's what them dancers be doing after this game. They come out of the closet after bad quarterback play. You are so right. And you know what? You just gave me my idea for my next song that I'm gonna put together as I go on, Miss B. Because I know Miss B has always been one of those that I've never questioned her fandom, but she's also somebody that has spoken up and said, you know what? If it don't look right, it's got to be
Probably
critiqued.
not right. Right.
It's probably not. You gotta do that. You gotta keep people honest. So,
But can
let
I
me
say
go
this
back.
right quick?
Go ahead. Go
Can I
ahead.
say this right quick?
Go ahead.
What people got to understand, I tell people this all the time. When you break down the game and break down film or whatever you're watching, it's going to be positive in that film. It's going to be negative in that film. We give you the positive and the negative of every game when we break down these games. So if you see you think that we saying something negative towards somebody is not that, it's just what we see. So later on down the line, when you see them same problems, we try to tell you this from the beginning. So if you see them struggles in the last two games before the Houston game, we told y'all about that week 1 and 2. That's why we were not surprised. So, just know that we don't tear down nobody. We just tell y'all what we see, how we feel, and how it could get better, and if it could possibly get worse. It's just the honest truth.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Thank you, Ms. B. I appreciate that. Karan Owens is in the house. What's going on? My brother says, I don't think we have given a fair shake. Look at the play calling.
I believe Des can fly.
So Karan is one of those that feels like
Des can touch the sky.
Desmond is not
I
getting
see
that
him
fair shake.
playing almost every
We
day.
need to
Des can do
take our time.
anything. I believe Des can
Oh.
score.
We need to
Augustine, you ain't right.
we need to give him opportunity and not critique him. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
Did they critique? I want you to answer me this question honestly, Smitty, because you know the answer. Did they critique Mike Vick when he came in here? Did they critique Mike Vick?
They were too busy watching his legs run.
Did they critique? Exactly. It absolutely did. Listen, nobody is saying that we understand he's young and we understand he has to go through some things, but let's not pretend like the last 2 weeks we didn't see some of the most horrendous quarterbacking in Atlanta history, with the caveat that the offensive line wasn't doing great and his coach was doing him no favor. So you're absolutely right. A good coach has to put his quarterback in a good position. But let's also go back, y'all. Let's not have revisit history, and let's not pretend like we don't see what happened. That Carolina game, 15 for 18, 113 yards. How many of those passes were behind the line of scrimmage where he got tackled?
Probably half on.
At least half. He caught his own pass that he got a negative catch with. So again, this is not a beat up on Ritter critique. That was happening in that game. The Green Bay game. I don't know what happened the first 3 quarters, but it wasn't good. But I give him full credit. If anyone goes back, as I see some people will go back and watch my videos, I noticed, and tell me about it. If you go back, I gave Ritter full credit for that 4th quarter against Green Bay. But I didn't ignore the first 3 quarters, Smitty, where we were not happening. Right?
Right.
So I just don't get it, man. I really don't. It's hard. Real quick before I go into the chat one more time, Smitty, tell me your thoughts on this defense, man. This defense.
They spent the money and it paid off nicely. That's about as nice as I can put it. I mean, I seen people talking about how he missed that pass when they threw that touchdown to Dalton Schultz in the 4th quarter, that last touchdown they scored. The defense is not perfect, man. Any defense in the NFL could have stopped that. He ran the perfect route, perfect timing. CJ Stroud made the perfect throw. So this defense, though, man, you talk about Jesse Bates, who we gave $61 million. He worth every penny. He almost had a pick 6.
Absolutely.
I would love to see the pass rush get to the quarterback and knock him on the ground, get him on the ground rather. But Bud Dupree, man, he surprised me these last couple of weeks. Bud Dupree has played. He has stepped his game all the way up. Now, if they can find a way to collapse the pocket more consistently, some of those quarterback hits and some of those tackle for loss will turn into quarterback sacks. So I think Ryan Nielsen doing a great job. I would love to see him do a little bit more disguising the defense, do a couple more stunts, things of that nature. But as far as a whole, this defense has been keeping this team afloat all season. Despite if the offense is playing good or not, the defense has been there consistently week in, week out, the first 5 games.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Got 2 things coming up. Brandon, I see you waiting. I'm going to get to this. Got one more super chat in here, man. We are rolling with super chats.
Every super chat you make, we will read. And every super chat you make, we'll read together.
You know Big Logan's going to be mad about that.
See, you know what I did, Smitty? I took his vocals out of it on purpose. It was a duet. And I took his vocals out of the super chat. So now it really, symbolic. Bobby Brown, he had to go solo, man. Greg, we appreciate your support, brother. You are awesome, man. Say that if Arthur Smith played the starters in preseason and gave Ritter much more.
And I said that, and I got chewed out about it.
Oh, my goodness. It would be more chemistry faster than the Houston game. And who knows? That could have also been a very big difference in
the way we started.
Maybe, absolutely. We could have been in that Detroit game, could have been different. If this my brother Brandon out here, man, I appreciate you, brother. And I always respect your opinion, my friend. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate you, brother. What's on your mind, my friend? Uh-oh.
Thank y'all for
There
having
you
me.
go. What's going on?
Thank y'all for having me.
How you been doing, man?
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm blessed.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this. Ain't no player above. There's no player above criticism. If your play warrants criticism, then you get criticized. Now,
Facts.
Ritter's play did warrant criticism these last 2 weeks. He looked horrible. I mean, we can all agree on that, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
But I think what a lot of people are failing to realize is he's still a very young player. And young players, young quarterbacks, young defensive linemen, young cornerbacks, they still had to develop too. They still got to get coached up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, keep speaking, brother. Keep going.
So I'm encouraged by what I've seen in the young man. I've been saying that all season, that all I want him to do is come and play with some confidence. And you seen that Sunday. He played with confidence. He played like he was wanted to win. You didn't see that last year with Mariota. Mariota is a veteran quarterback playing like a rookie.
Man, don't bring the M word in here, Brandon. Go ahead.
I know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, we start with him. We start with him for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we seen that he wasn't the guy.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead, bro.
And then let's look at it too. Though, Smitty. This man costs us $1 million a year, and he a 3rd round pick. If he don't work out, you haven't invested nothing really in him.
This is true.
Right.
I mean, but if he work out, you know what I'm saying? If he work out, then hey, you got $1 million a year quarterback for a little while, and you only invest a 3rd round pick. You can take that money like they did and fill out their roster, their defense.
Yeah, but the thing with it too, I think even if he's here after his contract is up, he's not one of those $40-50 million guys. He's probably about 25-30 range. So if he stays, I think we would still have a discounted quarterback and still be able to build our team, keep building our team the right way in the near future. Because let's be real, AJ Terrell coming up, Grady Jarrett might get one more deal. We still have other players to play, so the quarterback position is something that we don't have to worry about for at least 2 to 3 years if Desmond pans out. So it is a positive to that. So we'll see how it plays out, man, with the numbers.
Let me sneak in real quick. Gotta acknowledge some folks in here. Jaqual is in here. James is in the chat. What's going on, James? My brother Eric Parker's in here. What's going on, Eric? Good to see you in here. Got to get my classmate in here. Harrison Davis want to put his comment up here real quick. Say, what's wrong with us expecting the best from our quarterback? The Phillies and Steelers fans do the same to their players. They are brutals. The Phillies, the Steelers, the Dallas, the
Philly
Eagles,
fans, the worst.
all the pretty much traditional teams. See, we only see this little small dome down here in the South where we're just Southern gentlemen and we are all nice and sweet and just Southern hospitality, and we can't be mean to our people. I didn't say mean. We can't be critical of our folks. But he's absolutely right. You have to hold these folks accountable. You can't sit here and act like the last 2 games didn't happen, like Brandon was talking about. You have to be able to talk about it and discuss it and be able to accept the fact that we'll support him. And people get that word so twisted. Support does not mean pom-poms, his name on the back of my jersey, whatever. It means he plays for my team. If he plays for my team, I will support him. That's the bottom line. It does not mean that you have to run through. Listen, there are a lot of people. I don't mean to bring negativity back in here. Look, there were folks when Mike Vick came in here and all the swagger and all the stuff that he came in. There were folks that didn't want to support him because of how he carried himself. And so let's not pretend like that didn't happen. Now, all of a sudden, fast forward 20 years, we get somebody to Brandon's point, just started, and we want to say, yeah, that throw right there isn't it. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to work on that. And people lose their everlasting minds.
Why though?
If you say
Why?
something.
I don't get why.
Crazy.
I don't get it.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna go real quick down the chat. My brother Joseph Evans in here. He says, "Is Pat McKinley available?" He probably is, to be honest with you. Chris Rogers is here. How do you feel about the split carries with our running backs? Would you like to see Bijan get more carries? I'm okay with the way they're doing it right now. I don't think as long as we don't overload either one of them, I think we're
whoever got the hot hand, I'm cool with that.
Right. MW, the franchise player, is in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Courtney Smith says, Art opened up the playbook and look. Yes, he did, Courtney. Yes, he did. Absolutely. Going down here, Dexter says, let's go get Max Crosby, Danielle Hunter. Now, like I said, we were talking about Hunter earlier because I got a feeling the fire sale is about to happen in Minnesota. I don't think you can let go of Max Crosby, man. Max Crosby.
No, Max Crosby, he locked up in a big deal. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Next to Nick Bosa, he's probably the most electrifying defensive end out there in the house. Anthony Powell says, thanks for mentioning the narratives and the bias. Absolutely. Retro G says, best game of Rhea's career, but I got to see it consistently and on the road. I'm trying to get to a couple of things. Funeral services is in the house. Says, good afternoon. Every time funeral service, yeah, I get nervous every time they come in.
You got to change that, man.
Scooter said, up with the fresh new drops. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get to this level. Padre is in the house. What's going on, Padre? Say, what's good, Uncle Steve? I heard that you were the Dalvin of Southern Silk. Can you confirm? I can't confirm. I cannot confirm that. But if you ask Big Low, yes, I am. Three Dirty says, Uncle Steve, you are a fan and content creator that shows tough evaluations, not delusional evaluations. I appreciate that, man. And again, I try to be fair. I'm not right. Smitty's not right all the time. I'm not right all the time. Brandon's not right all the time. But we're gonna give our opinions. And just because we're wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean and you got me. But you know what? Today, I am that Desmond fan. I love Desmond. I love Desmond. So today is going to be nothing but sunshine about Desmond. I love Desmond. That's it. Nothing but that today. LaMarcus Petty says, I agree. Yuri the Euro, what's up, man? Yuri says, what's good, fellas? Nah, fans are ready to crown Fields off of Thursday night. Let's get hype on a good performance by our young quarterback. I hear you, Yuri. I don't want to listen. The Justin Fields thing, you're talking to a whole different person. I'm definitely not one. And matter of fact, this summer and in 2021, I told people I wanted Justin Fields before instead of Kyle Pitts. I've been upfront and honest, but I'm also one of those people that say after the draft is over and we made the decisions on what we do, no matter whether it's 21, 22, or 23, I'm riding with who's here. So whether he stumbles or not, DR9 is our quarterback. I'm not ready to yank him for Taylor, even in those bad games. As horrible as he played in the Jacksonville game, I wasn't ready to get rid of him for that. I still say give him an opportunity. Now, if it continues, then we got to start thinking about it. We got to start.
You got to pull him. Then you got to pull him because he ain't doing nothing but hurting you.
And hurting the team too, Brandon. And Brandon, I didn't get your opinion too, real quick while we were talking about this. Give me your thoughts on what the defense has done, because I know you and I and Tidy had a conversation earlier this summer about what the defense could be. Tell me what your thoughts are on how we look these first 5 games.
One word. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Definitely worth the money. But for all of the good that they're doing, and Jesse Bates has been incredible. We need a pass rush, man, because Stroud was back there holding that ball. He was surveying that field, and against better quarterbacks, that's going to be a problem.
Ooh, You and how much, and it's funny that you say that. Think about for the folks that want to play stats. If you look at Stroud only had 200 and what did he estimate? 260? It was
250 or 260.
250 or 260. I'm gonna look it up real quick. And
I can look it up.
he had all the time in the world. He had 249. 249. 20 or 35, but 249. And as Brandon was alluding to, he had time. It was a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if we touched him yesterday. And so he's gonna grow with that, but it's that defense is gonna be special, man. I can't sit here.
Where's AK, man? Where's AK-47? We ain't seen him all year.
He's been playing.
He played.
He's wearing 17 now. You know, he's got 17 now. So he
got to step it up, man.
Yeah.
He got to step it up, man. You got to step it up, man. That pass rush, it has to come from somebody other than Grady, Onyemata, and Campbell. We got to get some of them guys. Yeah, we got to get somebody in here who can provide some level of competence, because that secondary has been playing exceptional.
Yes.
Nate Landman, Troy Anderson is no fall off. In fact, he might be a better linebacker than Troy Anderson. I'm dying on that hill.
Please don't.
And that defensive line, man, is a brick wall.
Omenyata is quietly might be the MVP on that interior line.
Absolutely.
He's sneaking it. Oh, I've been watching him, and he is gashing them every time. We just need somebody around that edge to get a little bit more pressure. You got to put the quarterbacks on the ground.
And that's why I think D'Angelo Malone's speed would be awesome if they can get him going. They have the power, but they don't have the speed on the outside. I mean, Bud Dupree, he's okay, but they don't have a guy with Von Miller's speed. And I think D'Angelo Malone could be that, that turning point. But hey.
But y'all know another problem too that we've had. All of these games have been close, so teams haven't been forced to throw the ball. And we can, on offense, God willing, Desmond Ritter, jump out to a 14, 17 point lead and make teams throw the ball, then maybe we'll see these young pass rushers like Malone, like AK. Maybe we'll see them develop more, because teams now can stay balanced against us because every game has been close.
Right.
Got one super chat in the house. That's from Brother John Harris in the house. Super chat. I'm super chatting, y'all. Yeah, that's another super chat in here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you supporting us. It says, these people don't realize they're on the best ride in the park, the Falcons Scream Machine. If you're squeamish, leave. He's pretty much on point about.
He ain't never lied.
He on point.
We've been on that. I've been on that Scream Machine for 34 years. So
trust me.
Ain't nothing changed.
Man, we are on there. Gotta say hey to our brother Ghost Peppers in the house. What's going on, Ghost? I'm trying to catch up with a lot of these folks that we hadn't had a chance to say hey to. Crunk Lick Fresh is in the house. What's going on?
Stephon Mosley, what's up?
Yep. Stephon, Tony Wright's in the house. So I guess that now the folks who don't like Desmond Ritter still don't believe he can do the job even after his first 300-yard passing game. But that's fine. Keep up with the hate. I believe Des can fly, Tony. I believe Des can touch the sky. We're not hating on him. I see him playing almost every day. I think we're just trying to say
Des can do
that he's not
anything.
perfect. We'll support him.
I believe Des
trust
can
me.
score.
We'll think about trying to give him some love, okay? If it makes you feel better. Thank you. RC Playing Builders in the house. What's going on, RC? He says Ritter unintentionally broke our curse. He had 328 passing yards, 28-3, and we won. We got our quarterback. We got another super chat in the house, and this one is familiar face right here.
Every super chat you make.
Yeah, here we go.
We'll read, and every super chat you make, we'll read together.
This is Big Low Country Sports. We appreciate you joining us, fella. Thank you very much for the support. He says, don't forget, everybody. Don't forget to tell everybody how you gonna take that L in fantasy league this week. Signed, the former Southern Silk lead singer. Well, I'm gonna tell you, there could be some accuracy in there. There was not a lot of players in my fantasy league. I was undefeated this week until one of my former group members decided he was going to beat me this week. So, yes, Mr. Lowe, you got the best of me. I was wondering when that was going to come up. But you got the best of me this week, brother.
Yeah, you knew it won't be long.
We got one more super chat coming right after that.
Super chat.
Appreciate you.
Super chat day, y'all.
That's my brother Ricky Gaines is in here. Ricky says, thank you first, Ricky. We appreciate you, brother. Said, made it to my first Falcons game. And I think I remember you talking about that. Made it to my first Falcon home game Sunday all the way from Virginia. Great atmosphere, but I would like to see more sacks. We're missing that one player. And that could be Mr. Hunter that we talked about. Ricky, we appreciate you. Big Low, as always, brother. We appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for coming in on here. Again, so many folks. I gotta run down the list real quick, just some folks who are in here. Jonathan Thomas is in the house. A1 Forever is in here. Matter of fact, A1, if you're in the house, man, throw yourself in here. I'm gonna throw this link out here for you to jump in, to come talk to us. On the Mark is in here, talking about it. And look, I'm gonna tell y'all what, man. Y'all go check out, because Marcus Washington, y'all go check him out on the Mark on YouTube. I was listening to him coming home yesterday, breaking it down. He actually had a really good diatribe today about keeping a level head about Desmond Ridder, and I was feeling that. So y'all make sure y'all go check him out on the Mark on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate that. Grumpy Grandpa Zanron says, congratulations on your victory. I don't know what team you support, but it's all good. We got you. Atlanta Berge is in the house. He says, I believe I can fly. No. I believe Dez can fly. I believe Dez can. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Atlanta Berge with Tidy's in the house. Y'all make sure y'all check Tidy out. He just had the player grades. After we're finished here, y'all make sure y'all go back and check that out. Always interesting analysis from the resident head guy over at Atlanta Hurricanes. But yeah, I believe Dez can fly. That's what it is. Almost feel.
Can we be real about this though, Can we be real about one thing?
Talk to me, brother.
The crowd in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium has been absolutely fantastic this year. We ain't let no team come in there and take over. We've held down the Benz. We showing up, we showing out, and we need y'all to keep that same energy, because let's just be real about it. Our quarterback plays better at home. So we want to continue to win our home games and give our home team crowd something to cheer for.
Absolutely. Earlier this, I think it was right before preseason, Brandon, myself, and Tidy had a conversation about the fan base and getting people in here. And I know that Carolina game, I know Brandon is a season ticket holder. I hope you don't mind me throwing that out there. And as myself,
I'm in one-on-one, y'all. If you see me, say hello.
Brandon said, I got to catch up with you, brother. You know, I'm in 130, so I got to catch up with you. And to his point, those times in the last couple of years where we needed that crowd to give the defense that extra when they had, when they need a hold or they need a stop, it's been
in the fourth quarter.
Oh my good. And I'm
in the fourth quarter.
As good as it was yesterday, Brandon, tell them about that Green Bay game. Because that Green Bay game, man, I was trying to remember what place I was in. I'm not sure if I've ever heard the
Benz that loud.
The Benz that loud on those last
Falcons game.
Man, and the Packer fans tried to come but they got outnumbered that day because when it was third down, oh my goodness, Jordan Love, I don't know if he could hear out there. He obviously couldn't throw, but he definitely couldn't hear. So, but Brandon is absolutely correct. That's a factor that we don't think about when we start talking about, you know, the what having a decent home crowd can do for this team, and I think it'll work wonders for what the Falcons are trying to accomplish. I'm sure they'll mention that all the time.
Yeah, I saw that hard count working, man. That hard count worked because the crowd is quiet. He's not playing somewhere where they're making a bunch of noise. You can hear the cadence, and he's able to draw them off sides. That was a masterful display of control by that young quarterback. And like I say, with young players, man, you just want to see progress. You know what I'm saying? With this guy right here, we just want to see that you progress week to week, that you're not regressing. The last 2 weeks, we saw a regression in his play. But this week, he flipped it a 180 now. Against Washington Commanders, we need that same level of effort, man. We need that same level of effort. And I don't have no doubt that defense is going to show up. That defense get off the bus every week. But that offense, we need to be putting up 30 this week because Washington got a tough front seven, but they shouldn't be able to compete with us.
Their secondary is trash, though, Brandon. And
front
seven. And don't get me wrong, that front seven is going to be pivotal to what happens out there in the secondary. But I want to go back to the point you made about cadence change. Let's talk about something we haven't talked about yet as a whole. Arthur Smith. Now, I understand last week the physical was seeing Desmond Ridder struggle. The mental was what in the world was Arthur Smith doing? Let's give him some love for being able to realize whatever was going on, it wasn't working. I heard some people say, well, he was doing the same game plan. They just didn't execute. I don't know.
It didn't look like the same game plan.
Look like the same game plan.
No, it didn't look like the same game plan.
The last game. I'm going to go around. Smitty, you first. Tell me what you saw specifically about what he did, and do you think he'll be able to sustain that type of creativity to keep people off balance, defenses off balance?
One thing he did this week was not stare down a receiver. He learned how to look off the safety. He did that very well. You look at him, and I talked about anticipation with throws. He did a better job at that as well. So all he has to do, like I said before, man, is get back in stay in the film room and keep building on what his strengths are. And Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, they helped him out a whole lot. They attacked the middle of the field, which I said they should have done from the get-go. It also helped the run game. But if they get that run game going and they can attack the middle of the field, this offense will be deadly. And one thing that I would like to see from this offense, get a touchdown on the first drive and set the tempo for the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me, Brandon.
I think that Smitty is right, man. I mean, what he's saying is absolutely correct. Like you got to start fast. Those slow starts the past couple of weeks been killing us. But back to your point though, the play calling and play design seemed a lot different this past week. We saw, like Smitty say, a lot of attacking the open zone in the middle of the field with these big tight ends. And offense, man, it's all hands on deck approach. But I think Arthur Smith as a play caller is like a rhythm type coach. When the offense is out of rhythm, he out of rhythm. But when they in rhythm, he can call plays and let his creativity shine. I just think that that's who he is as a coach. I want to see this week, like Smitty said, I want to see a touchdown on the first drive, but I want to see Tyler Algier more involved in the offense. They involved him a lot this week, but I want to see him get more carries because he gets more productive as the game go along.
Oh, yeah, he will down defense. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Brandon, and it's funny you say that, and Smitty too. Is it just something like there's a look? Bijan is the special, for lack of saying,
the secret weapon. He's the secret weapon, man.
He's the secret weapon.
He's the secret weapon. Ain't no doubt.
is it something about when I see Tyler bust through that line, and you know what they say, Brian, when you hear Ryan say, "Give the ball to Tyler." When you see Tyler Algier going through that line, it gives you that. Oh, we are tough, man. We are too tough for this team. Even if he's not getting the special electric plays that Bijan is getting, it seems like he has galvanized that toughness gene that we need. Kind of what he did last year. Is it just me, or you feel that when we're in the stadium too?
Well, you gotta think for a secondary player, man. They don't want to tackle that dude, man. They don't want to come. They don't want to tackle. They can't tackle Bijan because he's gonna get him the shimmy. But they don't want to tackle Tyler, man. They don't even come downhill, and you don't see nobody coming up and just laying a thump on him. He always delivering the blow. And for a defense, when I play defense, I hated those kind of running backs because they gonna run right at you and run you over.
Yep.
Right.
And I want to see more of that from this team. I want to see more physicality. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And he was a former linebacker, so he likes punishment.
He likes it. Yeah, he likes that concept. You can tell, man. He don't try to juke or none of that. He running straight at a dude.
He that last run he did on the sideline, he looked so ticked off that he went to the side, that 7-yard run on that second to last drive that he made. He almost looked like he was ticked off that he went out of bounds, because I think he's somebody, to y'all point, that like to deliver the punch when you go down, when you talk about
he get to that second level, he held.
yes,
He held.
sir.
I'm talking about on wheels.
Atlanta Bird Gang says, don't nobody want to say it, but the run game has missed mediocre Mariota. He made running the ball much easier for this team because of his skill set. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's absolutely true. I'll even go this far. The Jacksonville game, more specifically, we would have been able to make more headways if he was there. Now, before all of the Bijan people, I'm not Bijan, before all of the Desmond people come out at us.
I love Desmond.
I don't, that's not what we're saying. I love Desmond. We're not telling you.
I love Desmond.
We're not supporting Desmond. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that in those particular situations, last week with Jacksonville, there were plenty of times that I think Mariota would have took off and run for some of those yards. We had so many 2nd and 13s, 3rd and 14s, and stuff like that because we were taking sacks, throwing ball behind the line. Mariota at least tried to go up. Again, nobody's saying we want him now. I'm just saying that's just a good point.
That was one of his strengths as a quarterback here. So,
absolutely.
You got to clear it up. Yeah. Go ahead.
Henry comes in. Henry Trong says, what's going on? Henry, and I saw you in the chat. It's been so busy. And again, appreciate everyone that's in here today. Said nothing fancy about Algier. Straight up in your face run. Absolutely true. Zay in the bag is in the house. Said my guy Smitty in there. Smitty got fans all over the place, man. Smitty got fans in the stadium. Somebody came up to me and said, they say Uncle Steve, and I thought they were gonna come and give me an autograph and say, you know Smitty, don't you? I said, what? Oh, Smitty, man. Why you worry about it? Latoya, what's up, Latoya? She says if Ritter keeps hitting passes, that run game will get better every week. That's facts. Nothing but facts. Yep. We got another super chat in the house, and we got to get that
super chat. I'm super chatty, y'all.
Joe Houston is in the house. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you. Say this might be a little messy, but let's say Ritter has an average season. Would the fans still be upset if the Falcons trade up and go after Drake/Caleb? Let's stay on that question for a second. I'm gonna go on a line and say this, Joe. And first of all, thank you so much for the support of both channels. If we win, that could be a more difficult question. If we are anywhere lower than 500, I'm just honest with you. I really feel there's going to be an upgrade if we're under 500 this year, and it has to do with quarterback play. I'm gonna spin it
I
around.
got
Hope
I
y'all
got
get
a
it. Right.
I got a better thing for you. Do you go after the top defensive player next year, knowing that we need a pass rusher, and go out and trade for a guy like Kyler Murray, sign a Kirk Cousins, somebody like that, a veteran? Because we all know Arthur Smith works better with veterans for some reason, because he's never had to develop a quarterback. But do you go after the quarterback? That is a good question. Like you said, it depends on the record. We could go after a quarterback, but me personally, I would go after the best edge rusher because we just still don't have that. And go out and sign a veteran.
Before I send it to Brandon, you got Ngakoue is on a 1-year deal. You got Chandler Jones, who wants nothing to do with Vegas. You got somebody
Danielle
else.
Hunter, he'll be out there.
Danielle Hunter, who's going to be gone. Brandon, what are your thoughts? Do you think if he has an average season, do you think the fans would be upset if the Falcons trade up and go after Drake?
You always look to improve your roster at every position. So no, I don't care if he has a great season. You know what I'm saying? If you got somebody who you feel like coming out of that draft, fits you better,
right,
then you go get them. And me personally, and this might be, you know what I'm saying, this might not be looked at favorably, but I would go after Shedeur Sanders with the quick. Now, with that being said,
because I don't think he's coming out this year. So that'll be.
But see, they say the same thing about Williams, though, Smith. They say Caleb Williams, he ain't playing but for 5 teams. That's what his daddy said. He ain't playing but for 5 teams. So,
wow,
I don't think that we got a shot at him. But it's some other quarterbacks in this draft with tremendous talent, like Penix, like May. You know what I'm saying? That you could go after, and they could definitely upgrade your quarterback room. And why not? Because the thing about it is this: competition only makes you better. It only makes you better. So you bring a guy in here that compete with Ritter, either step up, win the job, or be the backup.
Yeah.
We don't have no loyalty to the players. None.
Nope.
None. I learned that from Smitty. We don't have no loyalty to the players.
If you do, you'll get your feelings hurt because players will come and go, and you got to deal with it. So again,
and I learned that. I learned that at an early age when Dion did not come back in '94, and he went to San Francisco. That was my first heartbreak as a fan.
I want to preface this before we go further. Again,
I love Desmond.
I want to say it one more time before I say it again.
I love Desmond.
So, to Brandon's point, and I'm glad he brought it out. Everybody's stuck on Caleb. Everybody's stuck on Drake. Everybody's stuck on those 2 guys. I think Penix, man, people are sleeping on Michael.
I talked about him the other day, Augustine. That
dude, man, go watch a Washington game, folks. Somebody go watch a Washington game.
I watched 3 of them.
Too. But he was doing that last year. He did it the year before as a freshman. Don't sleep on him. Shedeur is out there as well, which of course the Atlanta ties with his dad would make that a magical move. So let me make it clear. I'm not telling y'all that we need to make a move now, but the question was, and thank you, Joe, for the support again. That was a question, what if? So again, nobody's trying to get rid of him. And all of that. I appreciate it.
And see, fans got to understand too, man. Arthur Smith, he's one of those guys that preaches competition. So, like Brandon said, if he sees somebody that he thinks better fits this system, he can go get them. That's just what he does.
Absolutely. Grady Baby says, I'm not studying the offseason, right? Yeah, but Grady, that was the question. He asked the question we were trying to ask. We were trying to ask the question, Grady. God bless you, brother. I understand, but he asked the question.
We ain't looking at the all season.
We ain't looking at it either.
We just giving opinions.
He asked the question. If he asks you what you want for Christmas, it's October, so sometimes you gotta think about the future every now and then. So it's all good.
I want a Brave championship. That's what I want.
Right. Ooh, the way they running right now doesn't look like it. I think they are behind, if I'm not mistaken. I think 3-0. That's a show
I
for
said,
another day. Hopefully,
I said from the jump, that pitching boy, woo Lord.
yeah. Hopefully they get that together. Got a couple more in here, and then we're gonna wind down. I appreciate everybody joining us today. Titus says Penix Jr. is nice, but injury, yes, he does have a little bit of an injury history. But when he is healthy, look out, look out, look out, look out. Winston says, I don't see how fans don't see that competition is the best thing for this team. Look at the team over the first 2 years and then look at the team now. Competition created this instead of having to. This is true. This is true. Millie Mills says, the thing is that they're really, the thing is they're really, is there really a competition at the quarterback position? So that was one of the things that I brought
right
up.
now. Not right now.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I was bringing up earlier because, again, Desmond was anointed. This is a job that was anointed to Desmond. And when we were told that he was the quarterback, Brandon, did you see a headline saying there was a competition?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a competition.
Mitty, did you see something saying that it was a competition?
Nope, I just seen Desmond is the guy. That's it.
Desmond is the guy. They brought out all the pomp and circumstance. I love Desmond. Cheerleaders came out.
I love Desmond.
Everybody came out and supported. The front office told us he was the guy. The front office told us he was the leader. So we as fans really had no choice in the matter. I think that's the biggest axe I have to grind. And not in a negative way, but to say, it would have been nice to go into the summer and see if we would have had some type of competition for the quarterback position. Again, y'all, we 5 games in. I'm crying over spilled milk, but most teams have healthy competition. Most teams do. You rarely see where a second-year person who just happened to be the last man standing just say, okay, well, you do it then. That's usually not how it goes.
But think about it, Uncle Steve. Are you really surprised knowing that Matt Ryan never had anybody behind him competing with him?
Up there, buddy? Maybe I froze up. Say it one more time, Smith. I didn't hear.
I said, are you really surprised knowing that Matt Ryan never had competition at the quarterback position?
What? Okay.
Nope, never did.
But that's not exactly true because his rookie year, and again, whether it was for optics or not, Chris Redmond started the preseason in 2008. Yeah. He started the preseason, and Matt and they said it was a competition. Now, if the plan was all along for Matt to be the quarterback, I get it, but at least they said this is a competition, and we got it. We never got that here with Desmond, and I apologize. I want to make sure that I'm not disrespectful to my brother Tip in the house. What is going on? A1 Forever is in here. Talk to me, brother. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, every day is a great day. Figured I'd come in here and take a shot at the big leagues, man. I seen some heavy hitters doing a little live, man, so I just want to stop by and show, send some love and come in and just be like, still excited about yesterday's win. I'm one of the guys that just been telling y'all, man, you just got to relax, man. Red LAX.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, A1, when you came in here, it was real heavy. We got some real heavy hitters in now. I think the show going in a whole different direction now. I think we going the other way now that we added this last space in here. I just want to introduce the former lead singer of Southern Silk.
What?
We hadn't come out with the press clippings yet, but when he went to London, he stayed over there. He redid his deal, so we're a trio now. But we would like to at least bring him on, speak his mind. The artist formerly known as Big Low Country is in the house.
Low.
What's going on, fellas? Y'all doing all right, man? I don't know where Uncle Steve.
What in the world, bro? What in the world, bro?
What's going on,
So them folks
man?
had you over there in London eating a bowl of cold beans and toast.
Oh,
What?
don't even get me started, man. I was,
Look,
but you
low,
know what?
low.
It's like I'm starting to realize why I relate to Cisco so much because Cisco had to go off and do his own thing for Drew Hill to acknowledge that Cisco was like Cisco, and I think that's what I got to do with Uncle Steve and Southern Silk. Like they don't want to acknowledge, what I bring to the table. So
I'm just a backup dancer. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
We were
So
having
you
a
Bobby
very
Brown, huh?
I'm Bobby Brown of the group. and my nose clean, so don't even go there.
Gotta keep that nose clean now.
Yeah,
gotta keep
man.
that nose clean now.
Low was trying to catch up with me. We were trying to
That's Big
hopefully
Low, Miss B.
Low was trying to catch up with me when we were over there, and we would go get something
Uncle
to eat.
Steve
So
was ducking
everybody
me,
talking about,
boy.
no, stop
Uncle
it.
Steve, I
You want-
thought he was ducking
hey,
me like I was the Fed.
First of all, I was in the regular seats, and no, this is the exact conversation. Just to let you
I
know.
was looking for y'all fellas, man. I thought
Now,
y'all was in,
but
on the
now,
field or something.
Chris,
I saw Big Low. I spoke to him. He was like, "What's up, coach? You know what I'm saying? What we need?" I said, "We need a win."
see. Well, first of all, you see that didn't happen, so you know his contact.
Big Low cooler than the fan. Got the shades on in the bins. You know how they do.
In the dark.
Superstar status.
But no, overseas, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all. I was in the yeoman seats. We were like over there in the corner, all cuddled up. So he calls me, and he said, "Hey man, where are you?" I said, "Hey, I'm down here over here in the 100." Now, this is his next statement. Yeah, man, we over here in the little box seats over here, and I was like, "How you get box seats overseas?" So, so I'm thinking,
Man, low
like,
key millionaire, man. You know,
right,
it's all
right,
good, man.
right.
It's all
He in the box
good.
seat.
We ain't gonna ask you for no money. We ain't gonna ask you for nothing.
He-
But you can let me borrow $1 or something.
so,
$1.
You got to sit in the good seats if all you go. If they over there with a bowl of beans and toast, I'm like, damn.
Boy,
I bet that was high quality beans though. You know what I'm saying? For Big Low.
no, man, them
They
beans.
said them folks had the pork and
them
beans
beans
and toast.
terrible, boy. Them beans was terrible.
But Brandon, I didn't even realize that what the English breakfast was. When somebody told me that it said English breakfast, I was like, okay, English, like speaking English. I didn't even think UK. Y'all ignorant. And they come out there with some cold pork and beans, uh,
Yup.
uh,
No
uh,
pork.
no pork. Yeah, no, what is
Red
sausage,
beans.
right? Was it sausage, Chilo?
Yeah.
Sausage and
They couldn't even get y'all no hot beans. Come on, man.
no,
I'm
man.
telling you, boy, you got to take mine to the microwave.
Now I bet Low
That's why
got
we
his.
lost.
I know Low got his warm. Excuse me, Big Low. Did they warm your beans up? That's why he turned it. That's why he turned off.
They give you some jelly for the toast. Yeah,
no.
Man,
folks
it wasn't no
savage, man.
jelly. It wasn't no jelly. They called it jam.
Yes.
But
Oh
it
yeah,
was
it's good.
basically, I ain't never seen somebody take sugar out of fruit. I ain't never seen nobody.
Boy, I can't do
I
it.
like how the
Yeah,
world
you
these
can
folks take
extract
sugar
anything
out of the
now.
fruit. Then they gave me this biscuit and said it was a scone. If you throw it
It was
against
an
the
English
windshield, it bust
muffin.
the windshield open.
It
Said
wasn't
break your
a
teeth, ain't it?
Boy, what you talking about? Man, no, I'm sorry, y'all. I done
oh
got
boy,
I went
No.
on a Sunday.
No.
I'm
You and
sorry.
Tip. You and Tip gotta answer the questions right here. So guys, yesterday great win. Let me talk briefly about the next game coming up. I'm gonna start with you, Chris. Chris, what do you think we need to take going forward to go against, which I think is going to be a more aggressive front four in Washington, and to keep this offense rolling? What do we need to do to keep this thing going?
Shoot, man. Well, you already know we need consistency from our quarterback. You know, he had a career day yesterday. And honestly, I'm not saying that he has to throw for over 300 yards a game. I'm not going to put that on him. I'm not going to do that. But we do need to bottle up some of this and take it to when Washington comes down, we have to definitely play better against them. Their front four can get after it. They got Sweat, Payne, Young. I think he has a lot of quarterback pressures, almost 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So
he
that
getting there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's getting close. He's like really close, like 27, 28, somewhere. But either way it goes, they're getting pressure on the quarterback. That secondary can be had, I think. I think that secondary can be had a little bit. And shoot, man, Drake London, I need him to continue to be I need him to continue to get better, I like the fact that Kyle Pitts, even though his birthday had just passed, I feel like that's another reason why he got those targets. Now I'm just joking. Seriously. Kyle Pitts, he has to be a focal point of this offense. And I believe that the offense and Arthur Smith made it apparent that they wanted to get my man Pitts into the game and into the offense. And that's something that needs to happen, man. We need to spread that ball around continuously. Don't forget about Tyler Algier. I say that all the time. I'm a big Tyler Algiers fan, even though I love Bijan Robinson, Bijan Iverson, whatever y'all want to call him nowadays. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I love him. Like, he's dynamic. He has to be on the field, but you can't forget about Tyler Algiers. Again, former 1,000-yard back, bruiser, breaks tackles. I think he's up to like 11 or 12 broken tackles now, and it could be more if he sees the ball more. So we have to bottle this up, man, run the ball. I understand that Houston really they stopped the run, man, a little bit, compared to our average that what we're normally used to. But 96 yards still. 96 yards still, guys. So take this run game. Don't be afraid of that front four. Continue to, to run the ball, to set up that play action, set up some screens. And, man, just run it down their defense, man. Their defense can be had, especially, like I said, that secondary, dog. That secondary can be had. I can see Kyle Pitts going across the middle, catching some passes. I can see Drake London being effective, and Matt Hollins. So the offense, they spread the ball around the quarterback. Arthur Smith helped his quarterback tremendously. Let's just bottle this up, man. Take this at Washington and get back-to-back dubs.
Let me go back. I got somebody in the chat that I want to address. And I see you, William, Amy. And William, appreciate you coming in, brother, as always. But I want to point this out because I want to make sure I'm being fair to those who think this way. Say, y'all complaining about everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's too early. It's too early. It's still early this season. Mm-hmm. And we just got better every week. Let me break down your statement. One, y'all ain't complaining.
Now,
let me get this real quick, Lo. Then I'm going to let you have it. Y'all complaining about everything. First of all, we didn't complain about everything. Came in here, gave the defense. But first of all, we gave the quarterback the biggest props he's gotten this year. I know you came in late, so you didn't see that. Second, all we said about how good the defense is and what they're doing and how they've been probably the best part of this team. Then we talked about how the coaching was doing. So that's one of those things that I don't respect. When I don't want you to jump in without context. You jumping in and saying we complained about everything. You probably missed the first hour, which is fine. That's cool. But to let you know, we did talk about that. And your better every week, the better every week just started yesterday because we weren't better week 3 and week 4. So I respect that. I respect your opinion. But I also want to say, don't characterize the conversation going on before you get the context from early on. And I just want to make sure. No, we weren't complaining about everything. If you ask anybody in the chat, we were talking about a lot of stuff. Now, I see you came in and said, don't start bandwagon while we make it to the postseason, which is so interesting to me because I
Yes.
always
Very strong opinions from my man William.
well,
I'm gonna
and that's
complain if they bring me cold beans and toasting now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be upset about that one, bro. If they
But
bring
William,
low cold beans and toast, we got a right to complain.
that's
Very,
but we
very
appreciate
reasonable complaint, my good
man,
man.
yeah, absolutely. But we absolutely appreciate you coming on. But I did want to just give some context to that because we weren't complaining about
Yes.
everything. Actually, if anything, we were giving
I believe there's can fly.
a lot of love.
Uh-oh.
to this.
I believe there's can
Bro, ain't no bandwagon fans around here. I don't know what they got talking about. Man, we is not no bandwagon fans.
Bro, shut the front door. Y'all don't made a song for Desmond Ritter.
Bro, if we fly all the way to London to eat cold beans and toast, we know we ain't no bandwagon fan. And hard biscuits with no sugar drink.
So,
We diabetic, man. No, brother, we ain't nothing bandwagon about us.
I mean, I've been a fan 34 years. I done seen way worse than this.
I don't heard it all, y'all.
Oh man.
No, that's my deal, man. I'm sorry. In here today, it's a love.
But
fest.
you know,
It
well,
really
you know, one thing we have to remember: you never could jump into the pool.
I love Desmond.
Oh, so y'all just been recording.
One thing you gotta remember. One thing you gotta remember though, you can't never jump into the pool before you know what the temperature is.
right.
So you know, I mean that's one thing we gotta remember. Now Will Amy, he say that, but the last 2 weeks he been commenting on my channel saying, "Hey man, Art Smith tripping. Art Smith, we need to do something." So hey Will, remember every time you pointing their fingers, they finger pointing back at you now. So you know we hold on now. Just because we got the evidence. You said, hey, I don't like this. I don't like Desmond doing this. I don't like that we not doing this. So everybody has complained. It ain't a situation where only one person complained. Everybody has complained about something so far this season.
And we keep receipts around here. We keep them, bro. So don't think you're gonna say something and get away with it now. So we done flew 7 hours to eat cold beans and toast. So we're gonna keep up with everything.
Y'all better be careful, man. Don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Tell you, boy.
Hey, man, cold beans and rice will change a man. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to tell you, boy, to make a man complain.
I was just came back home hungry. I'm just being real.
Give him a boy William credit. William did come back and say we good. I just want to.
I would have had to give me some of this woman.
Well, I hear you, William. Yeah, and like I say, there wasn't a pile on, but you did kind of come in the middle and kind of, came in swinging there. And when you come in swinging, just make sure you got a little back. We appreciate it, man, for real.
And I just want to say this, man. William, one of my biggest supporters, man.
Oh yeah.
One thing about it, man, as a Falcon content creator, you just can't be scared to give your opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with you, man. It's just that simple.
Hello.
Not at all.
Everything is an opinion at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Well, no, I ain't got nothing but love for him. He from Savannah. He already
Oh man.
Man, Will's a very, very proud supporter, man. You see him in every.
Man, shout out to William Amy, man.
William is the guy. I just wanted to
shout out to him.
Yeah, because I just wanted to make sure, because when he said y'all complaining, that we weren't true. William is the man. I mean, William, you got to think about it. I've known Big Low for 2 years, and it hurts me that he thinks he can sing, but I have to at least constructively, pretend like, he's talented in order for us to get along. See,
right?
I didn't notice you there. You
Viewers went down.
Viewers
went down about seven folks.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Is that there you go? Oh, dang, then he dropped out. So look, that wasn't even me.
That was the internet right there. That was the internet. And that said absolutely not.
That man had to go heat them
Mm-hmm.
beans up. He was tired of that, bro. He said, wait a minute now.
Oh man, Lisa said you got to go ethnic food in London. I had some great Indian Thai. Now see, Lisa, I can't do none of that. I can't do none of that. Oh, the Marcus says cold beans. Got you, boy.
Got you, boy. Hot. Got you, boy.
That's no. I mean, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I don't see how the folks can do it.
Smitty, I do got something for you.
Go ahead.
D'Angelo Malone did not play on defense yesterday. At least I didn't see it. I tried to look for him. I screened Malone like on Blue Street. Didn't see him. Couldn't find him. Nowhere to be found.
There's something going on with him in practice, man. Something with the coaches, man. He's not showing in practice or something because there's no reason he shouldn't be playing, man.
Bro.
Y'all say Ogun Deji 2.0? One of those situations, y'all think?
Could be.
I don't know, Steve. It's hard to say.
It really is weird because I don't know. It seemed like we should have. It seemed like he should be in there a lot more in that rotation. It really should. We got one more super chat in here. This is our brother, Berto.
Every super chat you make, we will read.
Brother
Every
Berto.
super chat you make, we'll read together.
Yeah,
Berto is checking us out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you as always. He said, "There's some Ritter in my angelic voice, and you know the vocals of Allen." Yeah, this is true. Now Berto can sing a little bit. I didn't even got to give him a little bit of credit. He can hold a note or two.
Hey, when he answered the phone, he said hello. I said, "What's up, El DeBarge?" that's his new name.
And that what he is. That he L.
Yeah.
Oh man. We'll appreciate you, brother. It's all love, brother. It's all love over here too, man. Again, brother. We just
like I said, just an opinion, man. We don't get mad about that, man. Just opinion.
We discussing football. They ain't nothing.
It's not easy giving opinions, man. For real.
It's not. It's real hard, man. It's difficult. And listen, we done busted over here for almost 2 hours. I didn't mean to keep everybody so long, but when you get some real diverse conversation and you get some guys who know how to hold that conversation, I just dang, Brandon jumped out of there, man. I was trying to get you to say bye to the folks, man. But
cold beans.
Yeah, man, cold
beans. Beans got to me, man.
My brother Chris
make to that restroom.
Yep. No, I said they creep up on you, and when they call, it's time to go through.
Bad gas.
Chris, for the life of me, I don't know why you and I haven't done anything together, but I'm so happy when I saw your name in there. I had to get you up in here, man, to share your thoughts. Always giving love over there to A1 Forever. I actually saw your video yesterday. I was gonna reach out to you when you first got there a little early. I was the side you were walking on. I was on that side later. I know you were there a little early, but
man, I was there at 6:30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
6:30. I was there. I was at Mercedes-Benz 6:30 a.m. It was a great experience, though, man. You know, so just overall, just dealing with Fox and meeting people, and meeting some people who I actually worked a few previous games with too. So it was just like it was all love. It was all family, man. And then when the VIPs came in. They came in and I had to shadow Christina Pink all day yesterday. So anytime you seen her on television yesterday, just know I was extremely close by. Extremely close by.
Wow.
Yep. And I ran into a couple of people actually, man. I can't remember his name, but I've seen him so many times just interacting with Falcon creators and everything. I seen him on the field level and everything, like him and his family. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. But I seen him. I also seen Blink and Stitch.
Okay.
Yeah, man. They was out there representing, looking all good, and so it was representing them Falcons. Man, it was beautiful, man. A beautiful experience. I highly enjoyed myself, and I definitely want Fox to come on and give you boy another opportunity, because I was able to see a lot of things, able to hear a lot of things, and I just want to touch on something that I was talking with Smitty about, just being that close to the players. and everything like that. You just I want to let everyone know the Atlanta Falcons yesterday, no matter what happened, even with the 2 fumbles, even with the 7 penalties, I'm telling you firsthand, those boys was confident the entire game. It wasn't anything like being like down. I mean, first quarter was a little, but I'm talking about second half. Them boys were dialed in, locked in. They were not getting down. They was encouraging each other. I was hearing some of the things that were being said. It was confidence oozing. Chris Lindstrom was very vocal on the sidelines yesterday. Desmond Ridder, he was vocal. It's just, they was all just uplifting one another. The defense, that defense, they were going crazy over there. They were just ready to get after it. And shout out to the defense again, who held CJ Stroud, and that offense, man, they held them in check. They held them in check. Nate Landman was everywhere. I know the tackles may not seem like he was. Nate Landman was everywhere. Okay, guys, he was everywhere. D. Alford, my goodness. Great game from D. Alford. Trying to think just what else I seen. The only thing I probably would say about the defense that I was mad about, and believe it or not, it's not even the sacks, because they had hella pressure on CJ Stroud, and a few times he was throwing the ball with not even necessarily looking downfield. He just wanted to get it out the way. He just wanted to get out the way. Man, I sure was. Man, listen, I will tell y'all. Anything you heard about Christina Pink being on the move, I'm here to let you guys know. She moves way more than you've heard. That lady was all over the place, but I respect her. And she, minority, doing her thing. I did not know, but she worked for Fox now 12 years. Yeah. But I'm just now hearing about her 4 years ago, and I feel like that is an absolute crime, because that woman works hard. That woman is a go-getter, and I salute Miss Christina Pink, man. Just working with her and understanding just her methods, asking her a few questions. I'm not going to disclose our private conversations, but just a few things that she was just giving me that I'm definitely going to take to heart. And, great sideline reporter.
Were you able to break the $50 bill?
Huh?
Were you able to break the 50 she gave you?
Come on, man. It was no money exchange. It was no money exchange. Yeah, man. But yeah, it was man. But shout out to her as well. But yeah, shout out to Fox for giving me the opportunity. Like I said, man, being able to be down there with those players and hearing just what was being said. Again, the Falcons were very confident. That's something that you really need. And it was even, like I said, after the fumbles, they still was like, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna get at them. We still gonna do this. It was all that. And the Texans, they were talking they noise from their sideline. And I had to chill. And again, shout out to Miss Pink again, because she had to kind of like pull me to the side and was like, hey, remember, you're at work. You gotta I understand you Falcons, but you gotta, because I was ready to be talking some noise to the Texans. I ain't gonna lie. It was like, oh yeah, they can't block it. I said, man, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. And then that's when she had to pull me to the side. She had to pull me to the side. Was like,
calm down, Chris.
Bro. When I say it was so many plays yesterday, just being that close to the action, holding my fandom was very, very hard to do yesterday. Very, very hard. Being that close to the action, that close to the players. That Drake London play, it took everything in me and out of me not to jump up and down and go crazy and talk that. No, I was on the Texans sideline too when that happened. Oh, boy, I wanted to get him. I did. But I kept it professional and everything like that. So it was beautiful, man. Like I said, I had a wonderful time. Hoping to hopefully have more games, man. But it's all up to them. So whenever they call, man, they got your boy A1, aka Fox Sports Tip, man.
Outstanding. And so we got verification that news of dissension on the sideline was greatly exaggerated.
Oh, man, them guys was well connected together. I was very, very close to those guys. They did not waver. Like I said, the first half, it seemed like it was kind of forced in a way, like, come on, guys, we can do it. But now that second half, you can see it in their eyes. You can see it. Atlanta Falcons did not believe that they was going to lose that game yesterday. I'm just letting you guys know. That's all. Just my point of view.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm glad Lowe came back here after he paid his bill. Listen, on that last on that last drive, now as great as the defense was yesterday, and I'm gonna wrap it up after this. As great as the defense was yesterday, they gave up that last touchdown. But
Yeah.
let me see, did this match your thought? And I'm gonna go to Lowe, and then I'm gonna go to Chris while we were there. Did you just have a feeling because of the way Desmond looked with 143? I honestly had every confidence that he was gonna go down there and do that. I know I heard on your video you were saying you were nervous. Obviously, we were nervous, but Lowe and Chris, there was something inside of me that said, "Oh, good, they scored quick," because I think there was nothing in my fiber that thought we were not going to go down there and score. I had all the confidence. How were you feeling, Lowe?
Well, I don't know if y'all remember, I said like whenever they ran that last play before the 2-minute warning, I was like, "Oh, that's huge." I don't know if y'all remember me saying
I
that.
saw that. Yeah,
I didn't think they were going to run it. I was right there. I said, man, they're not even going to run a play. And then they snapped it. I said, oh.
Exactly. I was like, okay, then we're going into third down. We got an extra timeout. So yeah, I did feel like that. It even got to the point where I was starting to think, are they going to let us score? Like, because we had got so far down the field, I was like, are they going to let us score? But
Right.
you know, that's whenever Desmond took the knee, and I was like, well, doggone, Arch Smith did something better than Kyle Shanahan.
But think about that. What you said though, Lo, it was almost, in my opinion, not quite Cristobal in his antics down in Miami this
That was just
weekend,
stupid.
but that was ridiculous. But to your point, there was no rush at that time, and you could have forced Atlanta to use a couple of those timeouts, which we actually didn't end up needing. But you could have forced their hand and got the clock down under a minute or whatever. So I guess in the moment, Chris, maybe they were thinking score quick. I mean, what was your thought on that last drive as far as, to his point, not trying to work it down a little bit more before you get in there?
Well, going back to Lowe's point, man, just being excited that they ran a play before the 2-minute warning because they didn't have to. They didn't have to at all. So I was like, they're not going to run a play. Snapped it. I said, hey, man, wait a minute. And then having 143, I will definitely sit here and say, man, I had no doubt. Because once again, I was hearing what was being said on that sideline. So hearing what was being said on that sideline, hearing that confidence coming from Ritter as he's talking to his offensive line before that last drive even started. He was talking to him. He had his head down and really was in him. So I didn't get word for word, but I definitely know it was a confident type of a conversation. It definitely was. And they came out there, they executed.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Man, he must have been using Big Low's
Wi-Fi.
internet. Wi-Fi. I think Chris was kind of going in the same direction we were. And quite honestly, I know we were getting ready to wrap up here in a minute anyway. But fellas, it's been awesome. Chris, I appreciate you. Brandon, appreciate you. Big John came in early. Just appreciate everybody coming around. We're gonna go around. Big Low. All kidding aside, brother, good to have you back, man. Can't wait for you to talk to me.
It's not Big Country Cisco.
Look. First of all, notice. Hold on. Notice I don't pay attention to any of that stuff when he puts that stuff down there. Anytime he puts that particular stuff down there, I don't pay it any attention. All I know is it should say former former lead singer. Matter of fact, we've been talking to Chris about some auditions to come into the group. But Chris, I'm not supposed to talk about that until.
Does that thing say the Country Cisco?
It's supposed to, Chris. Chris, we'll be talking about that legally. He can't
I,
use that.
I'm gonna just go back to what I was saying. Oh, all right. So the only thing that I was worried about as far as on that last drive was really Young Way Koo, man. That was the only time I got nervous, to be honest with you. When Koo had to come up and kick, it wasn't necessarily that he couldn't do it or anything. It just was, I don't know, man. Yeah, I still, and I actually, and this was actually cool too, man. I had like a slight brief conversation with Young Way Koo. I was just like, hey, man, I didn't know Bradley Pinion was this tall. And then he was like, yeah, man, 6'4" and everything. Man, Bradley Pinion will dunk on you. And anyway, that man is tall. But anyway, yeah, man, a little side conversation. And I just told him, I said, hey, man, I still wouldn't rather have no other kicker but you. And then he was, just gave me a nice little head nod and, kept doing his practicing because actually he was warming up for a field goal or something like that earlier in the game. But the Falcons, they didn't make it down to the down in the red zone or in his striking range. So, but yeah, that was a little cool thing. I felt like that was cool. Oh, also Smitty, I shook hands with your guy yesterday, Jesse Tuggle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. It was so crazy, man. I had picked up something off the field and I looked up right in his face. All I can say, it was so funny. I just looked up and I was like, Mr. Tuggle, before I could No, it's like before I could even realize I was already extending my hand, and I did mention about you guys doing the video, and it was cool that he actually remembered the video and everything too. After I was like kind of giving him like yeah, Smitty, Sports Machine, woo, and he was like, oh, I said, now, hey man, it was good, man. All the while, like I said, that was good. I'm glad we got that win. I'm glad the defense stepped up because honestly, man, guys, and I want to get you guys' opinion on that. This was pretty much like the best offense as far as like weapons goes, like names and CJ Stroud and all the hype. It was one of the best offenses we played this season. So no discredit to Detroit, who's absolutely killing it right now. But I'm just saying, as far as talent and everything like that, outside of St. Brown and everything like that, you don't really just think of too many people outside of him normally. But man, that was a great thing. The defense, I was expecting them to be tested. Stroud tried, but the Falcons was like, nah, young man, nah, young buck, young Thundercat, nah, young Thundercat. So yeah,
well, I tell you, for what you told about the Young Way Koo thing, and we were all on edge those first two games. But 5 games in, he's missed one extra point. I think that's what made people more nervous than anything else this year. But this year, he's only missed one field goal, y'all. And I know we're just so used to him being automatic. And
Legatron, the real Legatron.
We've just forgotten that this dude is probably, again, this side of Justin Tucker, probably the most accurate kicker. I think they came up with the stat I saw in the game. Since 2019, he is the most accurate kicker in the NFL. Right. Speaking of NFL, I'm going to get some of these folks to this NFL game. I'm going to go around the circle here. Chris, tell them where you are. Tell them your social media profiles and everything, and let them know where they can find you, brother.
Sure, man. Twitter, X, Twix, Twax, whatever. It's A1 Rock, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, it's A1 Rock on like I said, on X or whatever it's called. And Instagram is A1 Forever. Of course, YouTube, A1 Forever Sports, man. You guys can check me out there, man. Please subscribe. Help your boy get to over 500 subs because I'm almost there. I'm getting close, man. And I'm, just trying to run it up.
Knocking on the door.
Everything too.
Knocking on the door.
Yeah, man, knocking on the door to there, and I just know it's going to be up from there as well. So thank you to all my new subscribers. Shout out to you guys, and shout out to my day ones as well, too. So, but back to the socials. Also, TikTok. You can find me, The Real A1 Forever, on TikTok as well. Yep, talking just like that. And and Facebook, I really don't interact like that on Facebook, so I just leave that one out of it. But yeah, man, Twitter, A1 Rock, A1 Forever Sports on YouTube, Instagram, A1 Forever, and The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. I would love to have you all come by and check your boy out. You dig?
All right. Big Low, country world traveler. Glad to have you back in town, my friend.
World
Tell
traveling
everybody
bean
where
eater.
your
know what I'm
bean
saying?
eater,
Bean, man.
because I gave my beans back. So tell him where you're at, Lo.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm Steve. I did want to acknowledge. Shouts out to Miss B. He said that Big Low can sing. I don't know if you read that one or if you just like, man.
Will he read it?
You know, shouts out to you, recognize the talent. But yeah, you know, we're Big Low Country at Big Low Country on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Big Low Country on Facebook. Yeah, you know, Big Low Country on YouTube. Come on and chop it up with the coaching staff, man. We have a great time.
No doubt.
I
No doubt.
did catch the coaches meeting yesterday, so I wasn't. It was a little late. I don't know why he have it at them late hours, knowing that brother tried to get some early sleep when I'm off. But it's all good. I appreciate you. I see when I'm at work, I could watch it easy, but you know he always difficult, man.
Yeah, he need to change it. He need to change the name of the show to Big Low After Done.
Exactly. Talk to him, Smooth Smitty. Tell him where you're at, man.
They know where to find me, man, on YouTube at Smitty Sports Machine and YouTube or Twix or whatever they call it at Fatboy Slim _21. You see it up on the screen. That's where you find me on Twitter. You find all my stuff. Whatever I do is there. Spotify, YouTube, all that.
Smitty 9K. Oh.
That's right. Big time 9K. Smitty, congratulations, my friend. Awesome. We up to 10K, man. We worried about 10K now. We gonna get you over the hump on that, man. I am still at a humble 1,000 something, but you know what? It doesn't even matter at this point to me because to have great friends and be able to talk to great content creators like the three of you and the other guys that joined us today. It was just an awesome time. I appreciate you.
Can I say something right quick?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
Shout out to Berto, man. Berto did his first Bleacher Report yesterday, and he followed up today. So y'all go check out Berto on 95 North Falcons Talk Show. That's my right-hand man. And you can also check him out on Bleacher Report. Go into the Falcons community tab, and you will see both videos posted. So please go check those out.
Absolutely. Yeah, that man a follow. Oh, real quick too, and shout out to Out of Your Falcon Mind. They just recently got over 1,000 subs, man.
Right.
Shout out to Sean and Mike, my two bros.
Yes. I think they went to the game together yesterday, right?
They did, man. They did a show in the same house yesterday for the first time, man. It was great content, man. It was great seeing those guys, man. So yeah,
everybody always good to see all the guys hanging out, enjoying each other, man, and you all for joining us in the chat and in all of our streams. We appreciate you. Thanking you so much for joining us in the Monday Minutia here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. We appreciate you. You notice I'm trying to do some different things here with a little mixer there, trying to give y'all some go home music. And this to change it up a little bit. Until then, man, we'll catch y'all in the Friday brunch. Smitty, I think we catch y'all tomorrow. Are y'all gonna be on tomorrow, Smitty?
We're gonna be on Wednesday. We have special guest, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, DMV freelance reporter. She does Redskins content. She has her own show on Fox Sports 1340 in DC. So she'll be on Wednesday with me and Chris and the guys from the Fourth Quarter podcast.
Outstanding. For those of you we missed in the chat, your name, please charge it to my head, not my heart. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for joining us. Y'all have a beautiful Monday. We'll see you in Uncle Steve's Lounge Friday for the brunch. Y'all take care. Be good, fellas. Appreciate